KC is damn G-double-O-D. Good morning, boys and girls, and HF, happy Friday, TGIF. If you want to play the acronym game, we'll do it all damn day, dude. It is the opening drive. Thank you for spending some time with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta, ZJ's in for JJ today. How you living?
I'm living great. Watching this great NBA playoff series. Well, sort of. One of them's going to be great.
Well, the other one was fantastic. Game one was as good gets.
I agree.
Unless you're a Knicks fan, and it was the worst freaking thing ever, right? You know any Knicks fans?
I do. I do know some Knicks fans.
You check on them yesterday?
I did. They're not happy. Halliburton's the public enemy right now in New York, as he should be.
Why? I mean, public enemy. He came in and beat you.
He's triggering
but
for
he
all
did
those
the chokes.
Yeah, all those who were there during the Reggie Miller days. They're
It's great.
triggered. I think it's awesome.
He damn near did it prematurely.
Yeah.
And if they would have lost in overtime, the choke sign would have been coming back at him mega full. Like, he'd have been walking off the floor, and every Vinny from Brooklyn would have been squeezing their necks like that. Yo, Halliburton over here. I got your choke right here, yo. Yo, Tyrese. Tie this, Tyrese. Right? I mean, that's where that had gone, huh?
Yeah, well,
I got your freaking choke right here. You and Reggie Miller. Come on over here. I'll show you how to choke it. You go over here. You get over there and choke your own thing over there.
You know, he's still got the pressure. If they don't, they still have to go.
Well, Reggie Miller didn't win the championship that year.
Yeah, great point.
Or ever, for that matter. But
exactly.
But I thought when he did it, I kind of loved it. But I thought, damn, dude, he's going to do that in game one. Like he's going to pull that mess in game one, and then you go, oh, his toe's on the line. Because it was, if his toe went on the line, that is one of the greatest shots in NBA playoff history. It still is, but it didn't win the game. It sent it into overtime, so it's still going to be one of those moments, but it's not Kawhi Leonard's bounce off the rim, because that won the series and put him into the NBA championship.
Yeah, that was a big one.
It's not Mike pulling off of Brian Russell and splashing one to win it, right? But all those things considered, it was insane.
Yeah, now he has said that he's already used it once. He feels like he only has one pass to use the choke signal. So now that he's used it, he doesn't think he can use it again.
Well, he said he felt obligated almost to because everybody was telling me I got to pull it out. Pull it out. Come on, man. We got a lot to do today, man. Kenny Thomas is going to be in. Let's see what Kenny thinks, because Kenny remembers the choke from Reggie Miller. I remember the choke sign from Reggie Miller. Wonder what Kenny thinks about it. Today's the last day of the backyard blow up word game that we're playing with you. We're going to give you a keyword for you to win that prize package worth about $15,000 worth of backyard beautification.
It's a lot of stuff. Could you use any of that stuff?
I could use all that stuff, dude. Yeah, I could use all of that.
I didn't know. You might have had it already.
I don't. Well, no? I mean, look, you could always. My backyard's a mess right now. I could use a backyard blow up. We're going to give you the keyword coming up at 7:40, 7:41 this morning, and we'll do the early bird on that. Kenny Thomas will be in at 9 o'clock. We'll talk hoops with him as the NBA continues to roll towards the championship round. Preview your big show tomorrow. ZJ and Kenny have Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas that airs on Saturday mornings here on the Sports Animal. It'll be at 10 o'clock tomorrow. I think we got a sweet deal for you today. The phone lines are open. We are open for business. You're welcome to join the show at area code 505-246-0610. That's how to get here this morning, 505-246-0610. Emails come in, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. You can find, are you on the Twitter?
I am on the Twitter.
What's your X handle?
King Johnson.
King Johnson.
Yes.
You call yourself King?
It's a throwback from high school. I've had the same account forever. I do have another one though that I'm trying to work up.
So it's like King James, but King Johnson.
Yeah.
So you think you're like LeBron? I mean, that's kind of your equation?
Of the offensive lineman in my high school conference, yes.
All right, King Johnson, at King Johnson. And Adrian's producing ProView Networks. You can watch the show on our Facebook page, the OD in the AM. While you're there, give us a like. You can watch us on Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico, and, of course, on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Shea Gilgis-Alexander. 38 points last night.
Man.
Leads Oklahoma City to another romp, 118-103. 2 convincing wins for the best team in the NBA all year. They are the best defensive team in the NBA. They are proving it as we go. Look, they had a battle in the last series with Denver. And people were saying, well, they can't be that good because they barely got by Denver. Well, they got by Denver in 7 and pounded them in Game 7. Denver is a champion. They do have probably the best player in the world. We get this feel like Mike ran through everybody, like LeBron ran through everybody, like Magic and Kareem ran through everybody. There were go back and look, man. There were 7-game series. Ask Cleveland about 7-game series. Go back and look at the shot over Mike Price, or not Mike Price. Mark Price. Thank you. Mike Price was the old football coach at Washington State and UTEP.
Yes.
Go look at the shot over Mark Price and look at everything wasn't a sweep for Mike either. Okay, just because the Thunder struggled and had their hands full with Denver, I will argue that it made them better. I will argue that it hardened them. That after going 68-14 in the regular season, that finding a battle in the second round against a seasoned championship club and winning prepares them for what's next. And they're up against a good Timberwolves team who is rested, who is young, who didn't have that, right? They went through the Lakers in 5. Then they went through, what was the next one they went? Who'd they go through in 5 after
the
that?
Warriors.
The Warriors in 5, without Steph. They didn't really get tested. And now we're watching what a hardened playoff team looks like. Look, Minnesota went to the finals last year in the Western Conference. I think Minnesota's really good. But I think Oklahoma City's the best team in the league.
Oh, yeah, they're way better. And right now what we're seeing is, the only reason why a lot of people weren't confident in them going into the playoffs is because of the youth.
They hadn't done it yet.
Exactly. But once you go past Denver in a Game 7, you pretty much get, if there's like a certificate for, okay, you've got the experience certificate now, or you've got the, you've gone through some turmoil, they got it out of that series. And so now they're confident, they're young, so now their confidence is through the roof, and Minnesota does not have the ability to slow them down, I don't believe.
I think Minnesota gets the next game, I do. And I think Minnesota's really nice, by the way. I really like it when Julius Randle plays. And last night he had 6 points and 5 rebounds.
Wow.
That can't be it, because who's the number 2 on that team? Anthony Edwards is 1. But is it one night it's Julius Randle, one night it's Jaden McDaniels, one night it's Naz Reid? Like, who is it? You can't, with all due respect in the playoffs, you can't go through getting a combined 11 points and 14 rebounds from Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle. You can't win.
No.
Gobert, 5-9. Randle, 6-5. And they just flat out have to be better. You can't beat this team or really anybody else if they're not going to do it. And meanwhile, on the other side, you're watching Chet Holmgren go for 22 and 4 to help out Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Jalen Williams goes for 26 and 5. And so I got 3 guys north of 22 points.
Yep.
They're not turning the ball over. They only turn the ball over 6 times, and they're forcing turnovers. They're shooting the ball at a good clip. Their pace is really, really good. And defensively, they are fantastic, especially in transition. Oklahoma City's going to win the series. Pick your number, whatever it is. I don't think it'll be in 4. A lot of people do. And I think Anthony Edwards becoming Michael Jordan is going to have to be put off for another year.
Yeah, it's definitely going to have to be put off for another year. And with OKC,
just plant this in your mind for 2 to 3 years from now. And I don't know what Anthony Edwards' contract situation is, and I don't know what's going to happen with Luka Doncic and anybody else. LeBron's got 1, maybe 2 left. When a young, frustrated star feels like he has peaked in a market like Minneapolis or Milwaukee or Orlando or somewhere like that, which one is going to go to the Lakers?
If they don't get Giannis, they're going for somebody.
Well, I think Giannis moves this summer.
Yeah.
Don't you? And I think Giannis ends up either in Houston, maybe San Antonio. I was thinking maybe Dallas, but I don't know that I think Dallas.
You see the reports, he claims he does not want to pay taxes. So that's like a big thing.
I don't want to pay taxes either, man.
But I guess he doesn't seem like the guy that would make that request, but the reports were coming out that he was, quote unquote, intrigued at the idea of playing in a state that did not have taxes.
State taxes, like
Yeah,
Texas.
yeah.
You pay them other ways, dude.
Do you guys really think about that in contract? Like, do they really?
I guess so, and I guess maybe they think the other way. I mean, I'm thinking if you're making $70 million a year,
What does it
whatever.
matter? Yeah, what does it matter?
And they're thinking, dude, you know how much tax I pay on $70 million? And you're like, yeah, more than I make.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right?
You got to
Like in a bunch of years. Yeah, more than I make like in a bunch of years. So I don't think Giannis is in the Lakers' future. They have to sign Luka first.
Yeah.
Somebody hit me yesterday, a Mavericks fan. They got Cooper Flag coming in. They got Anthony Davis. Kyrie's going to be out for most of the year. Wouldn't it be something if Luka opts out and he loves Dallas so much and he comes back? So you get rid of Nico Harrison, I'll come back and sign here. Because they got Cooper Flag on a rookie contract.
Yeah, the Lakers would have to mess something up. They'd have to do something to turn Luka off. He's at least from what he's saying, it seems like he wants to
What's
stay.
he said? Because I haven't really heard one way or the other. I figure he's going to stay, but I haven't really. What's he said?
So he said that he likes how the fans have received him. He wants to stay in Los Angeles.
They have big taxes there. Big taxes.
Mm-hmm. But he's just like, yeah, I like it here. I'm loyal. I'm trying to move on. I'm a Laker now.
Girls are pretty. I like the
right.
beach. What?
He definitely said he liked the beach. That was one of the things he said before he even got
knows that,
there.
man?
He's like, they got the beach here.
Well, they do. They do. There's coast and I mean, look, you can go where you need to go.
Yeah. Now people always, I know Jokic is his best friend. If he's anything like Jokic, I don't think he cares necessarily about the Hollywood thing. So that scares me a little bit. He seems like he could be one of those guys that would rather have his house, no neighbors, mind his own business,
Have a ranch outside of Dallas.
Yeah, peaceful life. He definitely seems like that kind of guy.
I'm just saying, at some point, if Anthony Edwards can't get past the Western Conference Finals like last year, and they get knocked out this year, and they get knocked out next year, does he just start to say, man, are we ever going to get it done here? Kind of like Kevin Garnett did.
Yeah. Aunt Luca, I'm all for it.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm throwing a mess out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, after what we just saw this past season,
Everything's mess.
Yeah, everything and anything could happen.
I mean, who knows? All right, a lot to do today. I want to get through yesterday's game. The Nuggets made a move as far as their permanent head coach, who that is, and how that's playing. 505-246-0610. There is some college stuff to get through. Mountain West and Pac-12 have been in mediation all week. There's whispers coming out of there, but nothing really official. But we'll get through some of the rumors that are going on. Got that story that I heard about, and I told JJ a couple weeks ago, and Jeff Grammer got the police report yesterday that True Washington claims that Shane Dumas Sanchez's family basically jumped him at UNM at Johnson Gym. So I want to get into, because that thing hasn't gone away between these now two former Lobos. So we'll get into that. The tush push was certainly not a hush, that's for sure. Evidently that got heated. Big name coming back in the NFL. So we got a ton to do. ZJ is in for JJ. 505-246-0610 if you want to get in. We want to hear from you on a Friday going into Memorial Day weekend. Property crime continues to be an issue. So does the officer shortage. That's why I trust International Protective Service to watch my home. It is affordable private security that you see all around town. You see them at the stores. You see them in your neighborhood. That's who they are. International Protective Service protects what you've worked so hard to build. They respond to alarms at properties that they monitor within 5 to 7 minutes or less. They've got officers strategically placed all around town, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. They react quickly. Often they catch criminals in the act and they call the police to come pick them up. They provide standing guards if you want eyes on your property around the clock. They install alarms and cameras. They got a state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24/7. All of this raising the level of security around your home or your business. So don't wait to be a victim. It's then too late. Be proactive on this one. Call IPS, see what they can do for you, protect what you've worked so hard to build. IPS's phone number is 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. Passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women.
What's up, Albuquerque? Zay Johnson there. I'm merely Jeff Symbieta hanging out with Zay Johnson today. What's up, Albuquerque? Hey, do you know what a Monte Cristo sandwich is? You talk about how great, they got a great Monte. What is a Monte Cristo?
So get this. This is going to sound crazy to explain. Looking at the menu, it's still hard to get the idea of, but I guess it's like a sandwich.
It is a sandwich.
But it's wrapped in pancake batter. It sounds insane. I've yet to have it. Adrian has had it.
You just said how great it was on that commercial.
Well, yeah, it's award winning. And if you go in there, they've got this big like plaque right there where I guess it's like won awards.
So if you got a plaque.
Yeah, you got a plaque. It's the #1 sandwich.
It is a ham and turkey and Swiss cheese sandwich. fried with mustard. Then it's dipped in beaten egg and pan-fried until golden and gooey for a delicious alternative to your usual ham and cheese sandwich, and it's great with berry jam on the side. So it's the sandwich is dipped in egg and then fried.
So maybe
It's the French toast kind of feel to it.
So maybe for them, I think they might use pancake batter instead of the egg, and they fry that. Yeah, I'm pulling this up here. So Facebook famous house cut ham, Swiss cheese, and
Facebook famous
house cut ham, Swiss cheese, and mayo on Texas toast, dipped in brown sugar pancake batter, and served with our special raspberry sauce and fries.
Gooey.
Yeah, you know.
What's up, Albuquerque?
You know, I'm trying to learn how to do it one take like you. My voice,
good.
I told Adrian, my voice isn't. I feel like it's going to crack if it goes up.
He's
like
the
that.
famous Zay Johnson that you hear in the commercial. What's up, Al? What's up, Al? We're gonna bring it real. We're gonna bring it slow jazz. Slow jazz on the sports this morning. Welcome to Friday on Cannon. Heading into the holiday weekend. We're gonna get you ready for holiday weekend. The
Memorial
unofficial
Day.
start of summer. Start grilling up the Monte Cristo sandwiches. You can get it in gooey egg with pancake batter.
Put some jazz music in the back.
Yeah, give me a little slow jazz.
Maybe that's what I need to do.
Smooth jazz here on KNML. All right. Oh, my email's full, man. I got to get rid of items. It's the opening drive. Jefferson Bietta, JJ's not here. ZJ's in for JJ today. You can get us at 505-246-0610. NBA last night, 118 to 103. The Thunder shut down the Timberwolves. It is 2-0 in the Western Conference Finals of the NBA. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. We're playing the acronym game today because SGA, who's the MVP from OKC in the NBA. What? Did I miss one? Tell me where.
The PG for the OKC.
Yeah, see? All right. He had 38 points last night. He hoisted his plaque, but his was more of a trophy, right?
Yes, that was a trophy.
That's a real trophy. He got some help. Jalen Williams, J-Dub, as they like to call him. Or is he the other one, J-Dub?
Yes.
J-Will. One's J-Dub and one's J-Will, which are the weakest nicknames. Sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, like, nothing against those dudes, because I'm hoping, like, they didn't give them their own monikers. You know, you don't get to gloss yourself.
Yeah.
But we got to be better.
Yeah, Jalen Williams is J-Dub.
Well, there's two Jalen Williams on that team. There's two dudes named Jalen Williams on that team. One of them's J-Dub and one's J-Will.
Okay. So number 5 is J-Dub. The J-Dub with dreads. Right. I don't think they both have with braids.
All right. Fair enough. So the one that played is J-Will.
Yes.
All right. And then they got Bunch out of Holmgren too last night. He had another big day. What, he had 26, I think.
Yeah.
22 last night. Hockey last night, not close. The Florida Panthers are rolling. They just pumped Carolina in Raleigh last night. 5-0 was the score. Normally, I tell you this time of year, these blowout games, I think, and this is just me, and I'm not telling you what to like, the hockey has been better than the basketball at times because there's been so many blowouts in the playoffs.
Yeah.
There's been so many of these 30-point games I just flipped over and I saw good hockey. That went in last night, 5-0. So the Panthers, who are the defending Stanley Cup champions, are up 2-0 in the Eastern Conference Final, and Edmonton and Dallas will go back at it again tonight. Isotopes got beat last night or yesterday afternoon, 8-4. Did you see?
Yeah,
you did. All right.
Sorry, it was so crazy that it was just hard for me not to hop on top of it. But ask the full question.
No, it was when Josh Susham came on yesterday before the game because they had a day game to explain it. The wildest ending I don't want to say I've ever seen, but dude, you've watched sports. I've been around a couple days longer than you. I've watched sports for a lot of years, my whole life, and you always think you've seen it all.
Yeah.
And then earlier this year, did you see the 3 runs that scored on a bases-loaded walk?
Yeah.
I was at the bowl meetings in Vegas, and we were in a meeting, and Bernie Olivas, who runs the Sun Bowl, because it was the Isotopes and the Chihuahuas.
Okay.
He sends me a link while we're in the meetings. I kind of looked at him, and he's like, "Look at your," like he points, and I look at it, and then I listened to it later because I obviously I couldn't listen to it right there. And I was like, I've never seen anything like that. 3 runs scored on a base-loaded walk. And I showed it to Addie last night. It's like, how the hell did that happen? And I said, well, the first run scores on the walk. And then as the catcher lobbed the ball back to the pitcher, he kind of put his head down and walked back to the mound. And the dude who went from second to third just took off and came home, and he scored. And the guy who went from first to second saw that guy snooze, so he went to third, and the pitcher tried to get him and threw it to left field, and dude scored. I'm like, holy, I mean, never.
Yeah.
What am I watching? Like Little League? Like seriously? And she's like, Dad, I love minor league baseball. And then I showed her that mess from last night. And she's like, okay, slow it down again. What happened? And if you missed it 2 nights ago,
Do have the audio.
yeah. So if you have the audio, I want to set it up first because it almost doesn't make sense until you. So Isotopes were up 4-3, bottom of the ninth. They're in Reno. And there's bases loaded and 1 out. If there were 2 outs, they'd have gone extra innings. But bases loaded and 1 out. And dude from Reno shoots a gapper into right center field. The tying run comes in from third, and the dugout empties. The Reno Aces are in the third base dugout. The dugout empties. These dudes all came out to celebrate a gigantic, huge Tuesday night win against the Albuquerque Isotopes. Like it was the damn World Series. And as the winning run's coming around from second base, he rounds third. Some guy coming out of the dugout picks off the winning runner. Like he knocks him over. Oops, sorry. And the guy gets up and like he stumbles home. Well, the umpire calls the guy out for it was interference. By rule, that is, you guys can't come out of the dugout and touch the guy running.
Yeah.
So theoretically, it would be a dead ball, and it'd be 2 outs, and you'd have runners at first and second, and the next guy would be up. But Sam Hilliard, who was in center field for Albuquerque, and filed this under the no good deed goes unpunished list. The game was over, right? Because a base hit right center, went all the way, to the wall or whatever, and so the 2 runs. So he flipped the ball to a fan out in right field over the fence. Well, the ball's now out of play because the guy threw the ball out of play. That rule says base runners get awarded 2 bases. Well, the guy went from first to second, 2 bases scores. He scores the winning run. That's how the game ended. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen it. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Everybody said it couldn't happen. Nobody said anything like it.
Yeah, that's, for someone who's not even, like you said, I've been a lot more familiar with other sports than I am with baseball. I'm coming on late to baseball.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And then as for Josh, I mean, this month of May has got to be so far the craziest month he's ever called because outside of, I don't think that 3 runs from the past ball was this month, but just.
That was last month, yeah.
Okay, so it was last month. Just last week, he had 3 straight walk-offs.
Yeah.
And then this comes around. So I don't know what's going on in the air.
How about this? Also 2 days ago in baseball. Never seen this before either. Back-to-back home runs. Oh, I've seen that, Jeff. Yeah, me too. It was in the Big 12 championship. Arizona was playing. One dude hits a home run, left-handed dude. Hit it off the right field foul pole. Next dude, right-handed dude, hit a home run off the left field foul pole.
Oh.
Go try that. Go even if they tried, they couldn't do that. Again. Like if they were taking target practice, they couldn't do it.
I guess that really does matter. That's one thing that if you're an outfielder, if you're just playing defense in baseball, you have to, focus on if this guy's hitting left, hitting right. I never even thought of things like that.
Oh, yeah. You got scouting reports, and and it's how you pitch him. And if he's late on it, or if you pitch him away, then you're going to play him away. If you're going to pitch him in, you're going to play him the pull. That's what the whole shift thing was all about. Remember? Right? The shifts, and they outlawed the shift, and the shortstop's going to be on the left side of second base, and the second baseman's got to be on the right side of second base to get started. And,
okay.
Yeah, all that. Meanwhile, Isotopes lost yesterday. Rockies lost again. The Rockies are 8 wins and 42 losses.
On pace to be the worst.
I mean, the worst.
I don't know. Maybe Jordan Pacheco's going to get in there and make some things up.
You gotta have ingredients to cook with.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, 505-246-0680. Why don't we take this break? You want to take this call?
We could take it. Yeah, Edward actually.
All right,
is on the line.
then I got it because I'm way late and that's not a short call.
He suggested the break.
Yeah. I'm going to give you the keyword to backyard blow up coming up at 7:41, 7:42 right in that break. It's the opening drive. He's AJ. I'm Jeff Symbieta on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal.
This message brought to you by Sandia Golf Club.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Professional to Sandia Golf Club. Talk to him about the PGA Championship. Scotty Scheffler's continued dominance. Get you a golf tip. Maybe you got a tee time or two this week. I know Kenny Thomas usually does. Help your golf game. That's coming up at 8:30 this morning here on 95.9 FM at AM 670 Sports Animal. I got a lot of college news for you as well as we go through the day. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta, Isaiah Johnson, 505-246-0610. Edward, good morning. Thanks for holding. You are on the Sports Animal. Good day, sir.
Good day, gentlemen. It's wonderful to hear your voice. You know, were you out of town, Jeffrey?
I was out of town, and I missed Cheesecake Factory and Hooters this week. Yeah.
You stole my thunder.
I know where you're going. I might be dumb, but I'm not new.
I wanted you to use those VIP cards because you're a frequent flyer, so that's awesome. I wanted to cover three topics briefly this morning. First, the NFL tush-push rules. So for years, Jeff, you and I watched the NFL, and there was a rule where you couldn't help push or aid a runner. You remember that, right?
Of course.
You could, and then some way in the trajectory of the NFL, that rule changed. I'm glad they didn't. I'm certainly glad they didn't change the rule because if a team does something that's within the rules, much better than someone else, why would you restrict it? Tom Brady did the QB sneak better than anybody in the history of the game. It was a pivotal part of several games, and he mastered it. Are they going to outlaw the Wildcat? Are they going to outlaw the double option? Are they going to outlaw reverse passes? Are they going to outlaw the zone blitz just because a team does better than the other? I know there's a safety component. I
don't know that
understand
there is. But I think if there was a safety component, they would have gotten rid of it. I don't think they were able to prove that there is a safety component to this.
Precisely. And 22 teams voted to do away with it. They needed 24 votes. Just because someone's better at something than you are, and they've mastered it, it doesn't mean, that you need to change the rule. And like when they did with Kareem when he was in college and they couldn't dunk the ball. Remember that, Jeff?
Yeah, no.
Well, we were too young.
You were not allowed to dunk the basketball in college basketball.
They changed the rule because of Kareem Abdul or Lou Alcindor back in the day. So very interesting. I'm glad they didn't change it, and I think the NFL, as progressive as they are, did a good job in that capacity. I want to talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. They won 68 regular season games. There's a statistic that says their average margin of victory was 12.8 points per game. They had 60 wins this year where they won by double digits. I think if they find a way to win 2 of the next 5 games, which I think they will, and move to the finals, they're going to take the Eastern Conference teams apart. I'm just letting you know right now. It'll be a gentleman's sweep at best. Maybe 6 games, but probably a gentleman's sweep. I think they lost 1 game to an Eastern Conference team this year. This is one of the best seasons in the history of the NBA. And credit to Denver with the best player in the game, Jokic, who took them to 7 games. Had they gotten anything from Brown and all those other clowns on their team, they might have won that series. But, yeah, Oklahoma City is interesting. Now, Jeff, I'm very pleased with the NBA. I like seeing the young superstars. I like seeing new teams. And Edwards is dynamic and fantastic and a wonderful watch. He's brilliant, right? The comparisons, I've had more than a few dozen people say he's got that Kobe and Michael mentality. Now, when Kobe and Michael had their greatness, they played in the system, right, the triangle, where the ball went to the post. Ironically, they played for the same coach, they played under the same system, and they were brilliant and 2 of the best players ever. What Anthony Edwards is facing right now was what LeBron faced, where he is the system. And he's having to create off the dribble to get to the basket. And they talked about it on several podcasts where what's happening is they're forcing him into double and triple teams, which has been the entirety of LeBron's career. Right? So I think he's getting frustrated. He did have a solid game last night with 30-some points, but he's going to have to evolve his game like most people do because good coaching, they'll force you into spots on the floor where you're uncomfortable, and they'll force you into double teams, which is precisely what LeBron had to do early in his career, right? So it's just an interesting watch. But thank you. I wanted to gather your guys' thoughts, and I hope you guys have a nice holiday weekend.
Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you.
So a couple things. They're going to force him into double teams until somebody else
can hit shots.
Yeah, and that's when Kyrie Irving came along, right, for LeBron. and somebody else could hit shots.
Yeah.
When he played with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and Ray Allen, he didn't face as many double teams as he does when there's no help.
The list could go way longer, and I'm sure you know that you could have gone for 10
but
minutes.
I mean, at some point, I needed to make the point and stop. But am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all, and especially with LeBron, that's one of my things. And I promise I'm not going to turn this into a LeBron and Jordan versus Kobe thing.
Yeah, you can do that tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
On that show with your name on it.
But there's LeBron, the benefit. Now, if you're going to go Cleveland LeBron before he went to Miami, then I think there's a very, very strong comparison. But even then, I mean, they had maybe not the biggest names, but they had sharpshooters sprinkled all over the court.
But therein lies the comparison if you want to make it to Anthony Edwards, right? Because he's 23 years old. Is this going to be the step in his career that we remember back when he played at Minnesota? And he's going to go to New York, Boston, L.A., and win championships.
Yeah, you were just making that point, too.
No, and that's, if you want to make the comparison, to me, that's where it is at this point. His other point, where are you on the tush push? Because I got strong feelings on it.
I feel like the play should not be banned, but if there was some way, not that it's important to make everyone happy, but I do think that there's some situations when maybe potentially the Eagles, you know how like if you're getting ready to punt the ball, like a ref's kind of waiting, the coach has to tell the referee if we're going to run a play on fourth down, if we're going to punt.
You don't have to tell anybody. It's a formation.
Well,
they don't have to say anything.
They do though. They do. The coaches do have to signal to the referee that we're punting. So then the other team knows to put their punt out. Like you can't. Sometimes you can look at maybe high school, but I know like in college. So I would assume NFL. You gotta inform the referee we're punting. We're punting.
First I've ever heard that. That might be true. Okay.
No, yeah, you don't have to. That doesn't mean you can't fake it. But as far as the formations, because the referees have to know to get in their spots for a punt or something like that. So coaches have to let the referee know we're punting. We're setting out the field goal unit. Wherever we're doing. Maybe the Eagles then give that same alert to the ref. Okay, we're going. And this also goes for QB sneaks too. And the reason why is because.
But then it's not a sneak. That takes the whole word out of the name of the play. But go on.
Because, say it's 3rd and 8, and a defense has got 2 D tackles, 2 defensive ends out there. The Eagles get 7 yards. It's 4th and 1. They go no huddle, QB sneak, tush push. The defense doesn't have the right personnel out there on the field to stop a tush push. But I think maybe if a defensive coordinator had like a package that he wanted to send out for it, then I think off of the no huddle, the Eagles have to let a team make their substitutions.
Well, but is that just in college now? I'm trying to think now. Doesn't the referee stand there and wait until? But if the offense makes substitutions, the defense has to be allowed to make substitutions as well. And the referee stands there and holds the play.
Yes.
So you can get your personnel in.
If it's not like if you do no huddle, right? If the Eagles already have the players out there, then they don't have to.
All right, we're way late for this break. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it when we get back, but I'm going to tell you about the sports animals, giving you this backyard blow up. So when you listen to the show, the opening drive, we give you a keyword. I'm going to do that momentarily. You're going to take this keyword, and today's the last day of this. You're going to take the keyword and text it to 505-246-0610. 505-246-0610. That will register you to win a hot tub from Valentine's Swimming Pool and Spa, an American Home Furniture and Mattress Plus patio set, a pottery set from Jackalope, a $5,000 gift card from Sinlawn, and an annual plan from AAA Pest Control. Not some of that, not part of it, but all of it will go to the winner. The prizes are worth over $15,000 from the sports animal. Today's word is flowers. Plural. Flowers. Flowers. Give Zay his flowers for saying, "What's up, Albuquerque?" Flowers is the word. Text it to 505-246-0610, and you will be registered. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All In Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All In Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides.
Pegula, who owns the Bills, who's a critic of the tush push, said his team was pretty good at the play and still wanted to ban it. And by the way, Buffalo statistically was better at it than Philadelphia even.
Wow.
Here's my deal on it. And I don't like the play. Like, I don't like watching it. But I don't know that it's any less entertaining than handing a ball to, on third and one, handing it to my tailback and having him run into the line off a right tackle or left guard. I don't like the play. I don't like pushing and like that's it. That's to me not what the game was supposed to be. I don't like it. I don't like watching it. That said, just because you can't stop something is not a reason to ban a play, and I'm glad they didn't ban it. I'm not a fan of looking at it. It's unless I have Jalen Hurts on my fantasy football team.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do, then you freaking love it. I don't. It's not enjoyable to me, but it's effective. And because you can't stop something and you're not as good at it as the other guys are, the answer is not, I'm going to take my ball and go home. And so you needed a better argument than we can't stop it, or it's an unfair advantage. No, then figure it out. And if they were able to prove the health and safety issue, which they were not because the statistics aren't there, because nobody was really getting hurt on that play. In reality, it was a low impact, right? I mean, it's a low impact strength game. It's like a freaking tug of war watching some performance in the summer.
Yeah, like a rugby match.
Right? And so that's where I don't like it. But I didn't hear a good enough reason to say, hey, we're going to take something out of the game simply because, A, I don't like it or you don't like it, or B, they're better at it than you. You can't stop it.
Yeah, and just the competitor in me, with the Eagles being the division rival, I don't need – and this is exactly where the Eagles owner went with it. And I was saying this beforehand, and that's I don't need Eagles fans walking around with the confidence that, Michael Jordan fans had when, like, oh, the hand check got banned because of Jordan. I don't need the Eagles fans walking around saying, even if they lose, oh, well, we only lost because we had a play that was so dominant, you guys couldn't stop it and had to get banned. And, that's something that they would have worn on their sleeve, and it did not shock me that the owner brought that up. Now, his analogy was shocking that I read, that I guess he used. He said it's going to be similar to a teenage boy having a wet dream, where it's going to be like, oh, this is, that one play that we once had that was so amazing, but it's gone now.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Jeffrey Lurie. Yeah, he used that analogy, and I guess there were some women in the room, and that also did not sit well.
He compared it to a teenage boy having a wet dream. I still don't think I understand the analogy.
Like, oh, man, remember that one time, and that was just so amazing? Was that real? Yeah, I think it was real. We got film of it, sort of.
Wow.
Yeah, owners didn't like that one.
All right. When we come back, I'll give you another school or another team who's saying, you know what, name that rule after us. We're the ones who made that happen. Has to do with the college football playoff and a team you're familiar with who's on the Lobos schedule this year. 8:30, we'll talk some golf with Ben Gasparich. Kenny Thomas will be here at 9 o'clock to talk some hoops. He is Isaiah Johnson. I am merely Jeff Symbieta on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action, all your favorite talk shows, find it on ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
For Colin Cowherd, Jim Rome with the best in local sports talk. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
118-103, the Thunder. Everybody's anointing the Thunder. We'll see. We'll see. They look like the best team in the NBA. I don't know, man. Edward said that we had a caller in the last segment. Oh, they're going to roll over whoever comes out of the. I don't know that it's going to be that easy. But boy, they're good. 118-103. SGA, the MVP from OKC in the NBA, acronymed his way to 38-3-8. You understand all that? If you're a sports person, you understand it. If I go over to KKOB right now, if I jump on Bob Clark's show, oh yeah, you see in the NBA the MVP SGA for OKC. Oh, he had 38-3-8. What?
It's gonna sound like gibberish.
That is foreign, right?
Yeah,
you got all that right.
I caught it all.
Right in the NBA, SGA from OKC, he's the MVP. All right, 505-246-0610. We're just talking about Jeffrey Lurie. What did he say? He wants the rule to be the Eagles rule or something. Is that what you were telling me?
No, I haven't heard that. The Eagles rule? No, I guess he was saying that this is going to be like a wet dream. If you guys, it's a win-win for us. We can't lose. You know, you guys might as well keep it. If you guys cancel it, I'm going to be, we're going to be rocking around feeling like we had a play that was so dominant that had to be stopped.
I'm going to give you a little bit of an analogy. I don't know if this is exact. You saw yesterday, it came out that the college football playoff is going to redo its seeding. Now, I don't know how many teams are going to be yet in the playoff moving forward. This year it'll be 12. But after this year, is it going to be 14 or 16? And it sounds like it's leaning towards 16. But the college football playoff is going to straight seeding. What does that mean? What's the difference? If you recall last year, there was the college football playoff standings that came out 1 through 25, and obviously 12 teams get in. But the seeding was the top 4 ranked conference champions. Hence, Boise State and Arizona State both received byes, along with number 1, Oregon, number 2, Georgia. All 4 of the top seeds, the teams who received byes, lost in their first game. And there was a whole lot of upset people. Why would Boise State, how the hell did they get a bye? So that'll be the last time the group of 5 team ever gets a bye. I firmly believe that. Now, the top 5 ranked conference champions will still get in. So let's just say the top, you got the power conference champions, although Boise State was ranked ahead of the both the Big 12 and the ACC champion last year. That was Clemson and that was Arizona State.
Yeah.
But let's just say, in last year's case, let's just say Clemson was ranked 22. Okay?
Okay.
But they won the ACC. They would get in, and whoever's number 12 in this case in the standings would not get in. Does that make sense to you? So
Yeah.
the top 5 ranked college football conference champions will still get into the playoff, but they're going to seed them from the standings. So I believe it would have been like Oregon, Georgia, Penn State. Ohio State would have got a bye, or Penn State would have got a bye, and
Yeah, I believe Penn State was 4, right?
yeah, and maybe Ohio State was 3. It might have been three teams from the Big Ten. However it works. So Boise State's out. So Jeremiah Dickey is the athletic director at Boise State, and he sent out a tweet or an X post yesterday, and he said, at College Football Playoff, please call it the Boise State policy. Legacy is important, would make us feel better. When the system is created to keep you down, you fight like hell to break it. Nothing to lose, always. What's next? Believe in Epic 1-0. So basically what he's saying is, because Boise State received a bye last year and people lost their bleeping minds about it, that he wants it to be called the Boise State.
Call it the Ashton Genty rule if they're going to go that route.
Well, it was Boise State. But it's like you call it the Pavia rule, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're calling that extra, being granted the extra year of eligibility in college athletics. If you play JUCO, you're calling it the Pavia rule.
Isn't that crazy? Like 30 years from now, like that will still be a thing.
I believe that's right. And I hope he's got a copyright on it.
Yeah. 30 years from now, it'll always be remembered. It'll go down the book, say, and then JUCO players were allowed to play extra because of this
guy.
Pavia rule. Yeah, this guy here.
This guy. Where's he now? Where's Diego Pavia now?
Yeah, 30 years, who knows?
I don't know.
I know right now he's in Vanderbilt. Or maybe he might be in Albuquerque.
Yeah, he might be, but I mean, he's playing in Nashville this year. All right. Let me hit these. So you're sending me some emails on this. So yesterday we talked a little bit about the fee increase, the student fee increase at the University of New Mexico. And I'm telling you, my point on this was, I don't know, and it's not fair for me to say $120 a year or $60 a semester would not dissuade me from going to school. Now, I don't want to belittle $60 or $120, right? It's not fair for me to do that. But the context I did put it in is, I believe you were 11th in your league, if I wasn't mistaken. might be. It might have been a different number. But you were near the bottom in your league in revenue that goes to athletics.
Okay.
From student fees. Okay. UNM ranked 8th out of 12. 8 out of 12. Okay. And really 8 out of 11 because there's 11 full-time members. So you're near the bottom of what you're getting revenue-wise from student fees. Now, you can tell me if you believe student fees shouldn't go to it. Look, wherever you are, I'm not going to tell you wrong. I'm giving you my opinion and where I am. And so spending more doesn't necessarily make you better, but having more to spend can make you better. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? So spending more does not make you better, but having the ability to spend more can make you better if you do it properly. Okay? None of you seem to be happy about this. I don't know if any of you are paying tuition. Ken says, hope is not a plan, Jeff. Shaking down the students for more money, hoping to improve Lobo athletics, is spending $60 million to renovate University Arena, hoping to get more events. I don't believe that hope is the plan. I believe that there is a plan for that money. Part of it would be to go towards paying student athletes and the revenue share that's coming. I don't believe that hope is, we're going to get more money and I hope that's going to make us better. No, I don't believe that's it. I don't know where you are, dude. You're much more recently in school than I am. But how do you, this goes towards your free admission to athletics, your use of facilities, and it goes to help. It goes towards athletics. It goes to fund, whether it's travel, NIL, whatever it happens to be.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to sit there and say NIL is going to piss people off because you're like, I'm paying to go to school and those guys are getting paid, and why the hell am I paying for it? It all goes into a damn pot, right? It's an athletic fund, but I don't know where you are.
In my honest opinion, I feel like as time's gone on, it's whether it's a subscription, whether it's a fee, whether it's grocery prices, it seems like the price for everything at some point is going up. So, I mean, I know the reason for this might be different, but the whole concept of, things are getting more expensive. There needs to be more money generated. Okay, one of the first things we're going to start is charging everybody a little bit more. I feel like it's common amongst everything. Some apartment complexes will up their rent cost.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's too far off from that. But at the same time, I'm as a student athlete, you do go through different things than somebody who's a non-student athlete. But at the same time, I don't think that you get privileges. I don't think that should put them on a pedestal above other students. And I think
it's not a pedestal. Look, you guys, you have it harder in some respects. You have it easier in some respects.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least you have benefits. I don't want to say easier. You have benefits. You're not going to argue there's benefit being a student athlete, right?
No, not at all.
There's challenges as well.
Yes.
But at some point, it's funding. Are there fees that go towards Pope Joy Hall? Are there fees that go towards building facilities? Like this is not uncommon, and I know people are losing their mind about it. And I look at it as a slight increase, and I'm looking at the increase kind of like you do. Things go up. If you are going to, and I look at it as a marketing tool. Like basically, you're paying to market the university.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that you're going to be better. Like Mike says, spending like Lobo Athletics. Jeff Lou, yesterday you said they got to spend more because everything is costing more. Problem is when you and I spend more, it's $6.50 for a Big Mac that used to cost $2.99 20 years ago. When Lobo Athletics spends more, that Big Mac is $25. When I look at Lobo basketball, Lady Lobo basketball recruiting, I'm not like, wow. I'm sure glad we have more money. There's no way we could have gotten that player 5 years ago. I'll tell you this, though, Mike. That might be true or might not be. But when you look at the recruiting now, if you don't have that money, it's not whether you could got them 5 years ago. It's, wow, could you have gotten that player now?
Yeah, these agents, it's really, they're also their agents. Like, forget what the player wants to do. It's their agents that are like, no. I've got some buddies that have gone through this whole recruiting process with the NIL. And what'll really happen is, say, throw out an example. Say Michigan wants a guy and they're willing to pay him $400,000 for $400,000 a year to come over. Mm-hmm. And then before he goes and signs, they get word that the agent hears that Ohio State's calling about this guy. So now he tells Michigan, yeah, Ohio State wants him. And
But
then
they upped
Michigan,
the number.
yeah, Michigan's like, okay, we'll give you $700 to not even go visit Ohio
Yeah,
State.
yeah, no, it's happening. And I listened to those stories all this week when I was at the league meetings. I mean,
Mhm.
I listened to them, and I was talking to Derek from the NCAA, who's basically watching over NIL, and told me all kinds of nightmare stories. Todd says, Jeff, I've been waiting 20 years for the new Brian Urlacher restaurant to go up on South Campus, so I'm not encouraged giving these folks more money is going to result in wine and roses. First of all, I don't know why we need a restaurant right there. I've never been that. But look, there's no guarantee you're going to win because everybody else is upping their revenue as well, right? Like it's like anything else. Pick your business, pick your life, pick your world. If you're standing still, you're moving backwards, right? Everybody else is raising more money. Everybody else, it costs outwardly now to pay players.
How similar do you think this whole concept, how similar do you think it is to MLB in the way like those teams are ran? Like I feel like a lot of these what ifs that we can think of what if this happens when it comes to spending more to try to win more, I feel like you can look at the MLB for like some of your solutions. It's like, yeah, the Dodgers just spent the most and won, but that doesn't always happen. It
doesn't. Well, there's no guarantee.
Mhm.
That's why I tell people all the time that that's where I wonder how sustainable this is, because everybody who gives, let's just say to NIL, everybody believes they're buying the championship. And I used Florida State as the example recently. They were, 11-0, 12-0 2 years ago when Travis Hunter got hurt. Or not Travis Hunter, their quarterback.
Ooh, I forgot his
He
name.
just retired. Right, and they got left out of the playoff. And so, the collective went to the boosters. And let's just say you gave $5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, whatever you get, you think you're buying a championship.
Jordan Travis,
thank you. Right, and last year they went 2-10.
Wow.
And it's like, holy bleep. So now the collective's coming back to those same people and say, well, no, we're better this year. And we got, we're going to get a better quarterback. We're going to get this. And all right, so you give them $5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand again. Let's say this year they improve and they go 6-6 and go to the Birmingham Bowl. Are you giving it that level? How sustainable is this? Now that's at that high level. What about at the New Mexico level? What about New Mexico State? What about Colorado State? But everybody is the whole, like, you guys, the guys, those of you who are upset, and there's a part of me that understands it, but what do you suggest? Okay, they've got to raise revenue. Well, don't raise it on the backs of the student. Well, they're asking $60 a semester more. Okay, they're asking for the legislature. They're trying. They're working. What do you suggest they do? And I'm not telling you that by getting more money it guarantees anything, but by not getting more money, I think it guarantees that you are being left behind. And so, those of you who are upset about it and you're making these comparisons, what is it you suggest? I'd love to hear that, as opposed to saying this is ridiculous and they did this and they shouldn't. Okay, cool. You're again. So I'm listening. I'm sure they are too, because they're looking for revenue streams. How do you suggest they keep up in this world of college athletics, where you have got to find revenue streams? Oklahoma, super rich Oklahoma, just announced yesterday they're cutting 15 positions. Or what was it, 5% of the? I just was reading it. 15 positions in their athletic department. They're laying people off. It's like, what? But yeah, that's where Oklahoma is. They're cutting positions. 5% of its athletic staff. Joe Castiglione said, emailed the athletic department, this is the only expected reduction in force for our department. We remain steadfast in our commitment to you and the mission that drives us, serving our student athletes and representing the University of Oklahoma with pride and integrity. He said he plans to adjust his own compensation as well. I appreciate that. I think everybody does. 505-246-0610. I'd love to hear, what would you do if it's not raising fees a little bit? I'm listening. Looking for a ring? Looking for an engagement ring? Looking for any sort of jewelry for you, for her? Brad? John Thomas Jewelers is my jeweler. John Thomas Jewelers is where you should go. John Thomas Jewelers currently has over 3,000 ladies and men's bridal rings on hand for you to try on. John Thomas Jewelers has the only free lifetime nationwide warranty in Albuquerque and the ability to custom make anything you can dream of right there on premises in their state-of-the-art design center. They're my jeweler. I walked in there the first time and realized how they're different. They are special. They are the coolest jewelry store in America. Not named by me, but named by In-Store Magazine. They are the best jeweler in Albuquerque. Not named by me, but named by you for 4 straight years. The only 5-star Google-rated full-service jewelry store in town, and the fastest growing jeweler in New Mexico for 3 straight years. Whatever it is you're looking for, a watch, a ring, a pendant, John Thomas Jewelers has it. And anniversary, engagement, graduation gift, go see my jeweler. Tell John I said, hey, they're at 2440 Louisiana Northeast, Suite 310, 3rd floor of the Lewis University building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal. John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
International Protective Services
was for Small World maintenance. We didn't ride Small World.
They should give you that back.
I mean, I'm like, well, what's going on around here?
You should get that back.
It's almost as if the world, at least the one that we live in, isn't set up with an a la carte where you can pick and choose, what to pay for and what not to. It's it's such a nonsensical complaint. It's ridiculous. You actually made a good point, Jeff, as far as the benefits when your athletic department is doing well, it benefits the university as a whole. There are countless studies.
It's flat out
countless
inarguable.
Studies.
Yeah, it's flat out inarguable.
It just does. And whether that be increased admission, whether that be just more visibility, notoriety. And let me tell you, I was on an interview committee yesterday, and one of the candidates went to Virginia Tech. I was like, oh, Virginia Tech, the Hokies. It's one of those things where it's obvious and it makes a difference. And to complain about, well, I don't want to pay for my money. If you're a taxpayer, guess what? Some of your money goes to a whole lot of things you don't like, and you don't have a say, period. So it's just a ridiculous argument. My thing is, why would you not want your flagship university to have a better athletic program? And why would you not want them to look for any kind of way to do that? All the ways. All options should be on the table. And whether you like it or not, the benefit, these people that call and email, guess what? It'll be a longer, better, more boisterous show if the Lobos are winning.
100%. No, you're right.
It's crazy. Real quick on the tush push, I agree. You shouldn't ban something because you can't stop it. What I would like to see defenses, you start sending dudes in from the side and you start blowing up those dudes pushing, the running back or the quarterback, just blow them up from the blind side. I bet you'll see that slow down a bit.
Good. All right, that's good. Have a great weekend, man.
Appreciate the time.
Look, it's a good call. Would you know what a Gonzaga is if they didn't have a really good basketball team?
No.
Honestly, would you know where Butler is or what a Florida Gulf Coast is besides the Florida Gulf Coast?
Nope.
All these schools, UMBC, when they beat Virginia in the NCAA tournament, talked about how their admissions went up or their applications went up. It's been proven over and over again.
Oh, look at Colorado.
All of them. It's another great. Look, there's a reason schools sponsor athletics, and when they're good, it's like good marketing. It's amazing how the marketing guy's really good when your team's good. Oh, I got more people into the stands. Yeah, you're good job, marketing guy, right? But the team's winning now. That's why they do it.
Yeah, tuition at Colorado increased 4% for graduate students and new undergraduate students.
And this is $60.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look, you're just trying. And again, if you don't like it, I'm listening. I'm listening to reasons. All right, Ben Gasparich, when we get back, I'm going to give you the sweet deal coming up here in a little bit. I'm not sure Summer's going to call, so I will tell you about the sweet deal. But it's Route 66 Diner, and you're going to want to listen to it because it's one of the great ones. Ben Gasparich, when we get back, get your golf tip. It's the opening drive on 95.9. He's the head pro, by the way, at San Diego Golf Club. It's the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
This message.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports. is Pro View. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on Pro View Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both
championships. They're playing in La Costa, California. Scheduled to tee off at 8:47 Pacific. That would make it 9:47 our time. Georgia Tech and USF are leading now. They're out early on the first couple of holes, both at -1. They're you got a few teams on the course that are over par. Pepperdine, Tennessee, and Georgia. And the PGA is playing the Charles Schwab this weekend. They're down in Fort Worth, Texas, and your leader is John Pack. He shot his 7 under yesterday. Let's get you a golf tip, talk a little golf, get out to the beautiful Sandia Golf Club. Ben Gasprich is the head PGA professional out there, and he joins us this morning on the Sports Animal. Gearing up, I got to believe, for a beautiful, busy weekend out at your place. How you living?
Good, guys. How we doing?
Life's good, man. Golf course is good. Got a little rain. Got a little play. It's going to be, upper 80s, kind of perfect, headed right into prime time.
Oh, yeah. Memorial Day and good weather, a little rain, kind of some bad weather at the beginning of the week. And make way for, looks like a perfect weekend. And, yeah, we'll be rocking and rolling for sure.
All right, we'll get into everything that's going on at Sandia. But coming off last week, sometimes you forget what you have when it's right in front of you. Kind of reminded how good the number one player in the world is. Scotty Scheffler dominates, wins his third major, wins the PGA last week, and ran away from the field. It had been a good golf tournament if Scotty Scheffler wasn't there.
Yeah, like you said, kind of almost not forgotten about, but, you had the Rory headlines and Jordan and kind of all these other things going on. And Scotty had won a couple weeks prior, and we talked about him a little bit, but, he wasn't the headline news. And then he kind of just ho-hum, a couple under here, a couple under there, and after Saturday's back nine, it's like, well, he's going to do it again. And then it got interesting there for a little bit. Rahm made it a fight, and he was just toying with him a little bit.
Until he did.
And he said, easy coming down the stretch. So it's cool for him to win one other than the Masters and kind of reassert that he's definitely the number one player in the world right now.
Cool, $3.42 million to win that golf tournament. He shot a 71 in the final round. I know it. Look, I'm not telling you he's Tiger. Please don't hear that. At what point does the run, and maybe it's a couple of more majors this year or something along that, but when I look at it, you've got two of the biggest names in golf winning majors this year, Rory and Scheffler, which I think is great. U.S. Open's coming up here in 3 weeks. At what point does Scotty Scheffler, can you say, Tiger-esque as far as the run that he's been on over the last 2 to 3 years?
I think the numbers, you look at the numbers of the tournaments and the wins and, winning margins. Every major he's won, 3+ strokes he's won by. It's Tiger-like stuff. I think the play on the golf course and kind of the intimidation factor, doing things that no one else is doing, kind of is what Tiger had for him that would maybe kind of set him apart. He was hitting the ball and hitting shots out of the rough that nobody could hit, only Tiger could hit, where Scotty's not doing anything crazy. He's not the longest guy. He doesn't make the most putts. He's a hell of a ball striker, but he's not gonna, he's not doing anything crazy where he's, all of a sudden you're looking at him and you're watching him going, this guy's the next coming. But he's inconsistent, consistent as there is out there, and he always just seems to be there. And when the time matters, he's the one that performs the best right now. And so I think he continues this, you definitely have to start kind of talking about it for sure, especially if a couple more majors come his way. And he's won 10 times now in 14 months. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's something. He's not flashy, right? Tiger was Tiger, man. Tiger was different than anything we've seen. He looked different than the other golfers. He played differently than other golfers. He had a different attitude than every other golfer. Scotty's just kind of a, shucks, head down. The most emotion you ever saw was when he threw his damn hat when he won the PGA.
Yeah. That's why I think last year with the PGA, the whole getting arrested and all that, it was, everybody's reaction like,
it gave him a lot of cred, didn't it? It gave him a lot of street cred, though, right? He was in an orange jumpsuit. And he was in the clank for a few hours.
Oh yeah. And I love, it comes out to the first round this year and the burnt orange, shirt. Just kind of, you could tell he's a kind of, has a little bit of that sense of humor, and he's not just that kind of robot that maybe you see kind of on TV. But yeah, he's the nicest guy, down to earth, not ruffling any feathers at all, and just going out there and taking care of business on the golf course.
God damn, he's good. He is so good. All right, Bryson was there. Rahm was there. When you look at the next few majors, right? Bryson finished tied for second again. Bryson's sniffing. He's just sniffing at every single major. And then you look at some of the big names that didn't make the cut, right? You say Justin Thomas didn't make the cut. You look at, Ricky Fowler, Patrick Reed, Brooks Koepka, all the guys who didn't make the cut. When you look at the rest of the year now, at the other two majors, do you just say it's Rory and Scotty and Bryson, or who else is it?
Yeah, they obviously got to be, I think, the top of your list. Like you said, I think Bryson is trending as well as, just as well as those guys. For him to be, he was in both tournaments with 9 holes to play, the last two majors. So, I wouldn't be shocked if he gets one done. But with it being the U.S. Open next, that's one that really anybody has a chance at. You get a tough golf course. It looks like it's going to play, really tough from kind of what we've heard, beforehand. And I think when you get a golf tournament that even par, a couple under par is going to win, that lets a lot more people in it. So I wouldn't be shocked if you get somebody maybe a little bit not as high up on the rankings kind of winning the U.S. Open. But those three guys got to be the three that everyone's talking about and kind of circling going into the next, both majors.
Yeah, he's Ben Gasperich. He's the head PGA professional at Sandia Golf Club. He's going to give you a golf tip, and I'm playing a tournament this weekend. Everybody's getting out this weekend. Weather's perfect. Tee times are. If you don't have one yet, you probably should go get one somewhere. But help us, please. Help our golf game.
For sure, and I got one. It's good. We call it kind of the towel drill here. Really helps with people that kind of flip at impact, trying to help the ball in the air instead of compressing that golf ball. What you do, you get a towel, your golf towel, any sort of towel you have laying around. Get it about a grip length away from the ball. Start kind of there, and really working on not making contact with that towel. Coming down, making ball first contact, getting that weight going forward instead of staying back and trying to flip and kind of help it up, because you're going to make contact with the ground. You're going to hit that towel, and as you get more and more comfortable, kind of start off with chip shots, doing that, and then work into some full swing and get that towel just a little bit closer to that golf ball. Really eliminating that flip and kind of hanging back and really clearing those chips and getting down and through to compress that golf ball.
So key. Getting your weight through. By the way, I experienced the beauty of altitude this week. So, we played 5,200 feet. I played at sea level in 87 degrees and 79% humidity the other day. Ball doesn't fly as far.
No, you know what? It's you get humbled very quickly. We're a little lucky playing up here at some elevation, and anytime you go sea level, it's you respect those guys on TV a little bit more for hitting as far as they do.
Yeah, it was funny. It was a scramble, and we had 158 in, and normally I'd be between a 9 and an 8. What do I pick? And I hit a 7-iron, and I put it pin high, and they all kind of looked at me like, "Wow!" And I was stunned, because it felt weird pulling a 7-iron at 158, right? You're like, "What am I?"
Trust that for sure.
Yeah, in your own head, but it's like, all right, pull a club and trust it. And I think that's one of the biggest things. Whatever club you pull out of your bag and put in your hand, you got to trust it, because otherwise it's not going.
No, 100%. That goes with every golf shot. Yeah, you gotta commit to it, whether it's going to be bad or good. Just commit to it and go hit it again.
Yeah. All right. What do we got at Sandia Golf Club?
Like you said, busy weekend here for us. Cubs on Sunday again. Calling it the golf shop. I think we got maybe a couple slots left with that. Big and rich tonight with concert going on here at Sandia. So patio will be packed and restaurant will be open all weekend long. So definitely come out and see us and hang out.
All right. It's all at sandiagolf.com. Go by, make your lunch plans, make your golf plans. It's a long weekend. Ben, always great to talk to you. Give our best to Nick as well. And we'll catch up with you guys next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Be well. He is Ben Gasperich, the head PGA professional at the beautiful Sandia Golf Club. All right, when we get back, I got a sweet deal for you. 505-246-0610 is how you get here. Kenny Thomas, the former Lobo great, is going to be in at 9 o'clock or thereabouts. It's Friday, right? So he goes to Barralas. So,
that is correct.
Whenever he gets here with red chili all over his face. But he'll be here. We'll talk with him coming up in a little bit. Where are you going for lunch? Got an idea for you. Upgrade your lunch plans. Twin Peaks is serving a light yet hearty lunch. Combos start just at $7.99, featuring soups and salads and sandwiches. It will hit the spot. And when you pair it with a 29-degree draft, you got yourself a perfect midday Friday afternoon escape, huh? And if you're a night owl, don't miss their late-night flatbreads, $8 from 10 till close, Sunday through Thursday. So whether it's lunch with coworkers or a solo bite with a game on, Twin Peaks makes every meal memorable. And this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, of course. That means the Indy 500, so fire up your engines. Indy 500 is coming up on the 25th. That would be Sunday. Twin Peaks has the action all race long. Fuel up with sauced and tossed wings, those 29-degree drafts and handcrafted cocktails while you watch every lap. And then on Monday, Memorial Day, Twin Peaks is honoring our heroes, veterans, and active military. You receive a special discount at Twin Peaks on Monday. They say thank you for your service. And remember, if you're looking for a new gig, Twin Peaks is hiring. Text WORK4TP to 85000 and join the team over there. It's Twin Peaks, sports, flavor, and appreciation all in one place.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All In Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter.
Be registered and log on to thesportsanimalabq.com for the list of locations to also register at and win the backyard blow-up, including a hot tub and other prizes valued at over $15,000 from The Sports Animal.
I'm Ryan Horvath, here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. The Knicks suffered one of the worst losses in NBA playoff history on Wednesday, but I expect them to bounce back in a big
Order of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Cross-Camara here. And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay. We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field. 505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space. And you can be part of it.
You make my heart better. Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Light skin shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
I was born in New Mexico. I grew up on these streets. I got in trouble here, and I fought my way back in Burkia. I love New Mexico, especially the people. Now I'm using my training, tenacity, and energy to fight for you. I'm Adam Oki, lawyer, fighter, and New Mexican. I was a local athlete here in New Mexico, so I'm proud to support your local athletes.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Spell, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
All right, got a sweet deal for you. It's going to go live on our website in 10 minutes at 9 o'clock. You go to sportsanimalabq.com and you click on the sweet deal logo, and for just $25, you get $50 to spend at Route 66 Diner. You got it. Tons of classic comfort foods for anyone in the family, even those picky eaters out there. They got the best milkshakes in town, variety of flavors, including the Shake of the Month, which is the Mango no, I don't even know what that means. Mango nada. It's mango, chamoy, and tej. What are those things? You know what they are?
I don't recognize anything I've heard so far.
All right, it's blended into something sweet and spicy and delicious, so we'll get it. Join the Cruiser Club. Get a free milkshake, a free meal on your birthday, a free appetizer on your anniversary, and enjoy the special of the month. It's the Buffalo Melt with Hush Puppies. 66 Diner, more than a restaurant. It's an Albuquerque staple for over 35 years. It is our sweet deal today. Go to our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Click on the sweet deal logo. $25 gets you $50 to spend.
You big Hush Puppies guy?
No, I don't dislike them. I'm just not really sure I go out of my way to order them.
Yeah, they grew on me a little bit. They grew on me enough to eat them if they're there.
So if you were to, because summer comes in a lot from Route 66, and I've been pitching a shake flavor to her, as has JJ, which I think his is horrible. But if you were going to pitch her a shake flavor, what would it be? Mine was watermelon Jolly Rancher.
For a shake?
Yes. What's wrong with that?
Sounds like a slushie.
It could be. So, well, I've been into these watermelon popsicles. Dude, I found them at Sprouts. They're gooder than bleep. Like, I had 2 of them last night. Addie had one when she got home. I'm just, love them. But I watermelon Jolly Ranchers. JJ's like, no, it should be candy corn. I'm like, so what? Sugary wax? You hate those things too, right? We had a big show one time during COVID. The difference between, candy corn or watermelon Jolly Ranchers. It's not even.
I feel like JJ might be eating the candy corn from his little one after trick or treating. I think maybe he just eats all the candy corn.
He likes that mess though. Like look, he buys a big bag of that mess and he likes that.
Well, let's see, each its own.
That's what I'm telling you, man. Eat your thing. But
shake flavor, I'm big on. I love caramel.
Yeah.
I love caramel. So anything caramel.
Yeah, I'm a big peanut butter too. But the salted caramel thing is really, really good. I'm big on that.
Always.
Yeah, but they probably have that.
Exactly. That's why it was hard because I had to think of something that would
That's why I went watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Yeah.
All right. I would get that. I would.
I will too. And
you like Jolly Ranchers?
I do. I love Jolly Ranchers.
What's your favorite flavor?
Strawberry.
Really?
Yep.
They even have that?
I think the red one's
the red one's cherry. There's like watermelon and cherry, and then apple and the blue. I don't even know what the hell the blue is.
I think blue's blue raspberry, probably.
Is that what that is? It's just blue.
Yeah.
What flavor is that? Blue? I don't know. It's blue. All right. Les says Grady is full of crap. Grady was the last caller. He said student fees have not doubled. With this increase, they will have gone from around $750,000 20 years ago to $8.5 million. I don't know the real answer. I didn't do the research on it. You guys both have different numbers. I would, ask how much enrollment has gone up. Again, for those of you who are against the student increases or the fee increases, I'm listening to ways to help athletics stay competitive. This is not something that you're doing that your peer institutions aren't. You're 8th in an 11-team league in regards to the amount of money that you get from student fees, but yet you want to be competitive. Okay, so I'm listening. Well, raise ticket prices. Oh, you'll lose your mind, but they're going to raise ticket prices. I would imagine. Raise sponsorships. Oh, okay. Get better. I'm listening. You want to compete. You want to go. You want to be able to not lose Donovan Dent and JT Toppin, although that's not going to happen. But you want to be able to go out and get players, right? In an environment that has changed dramatically in the last 4 years. So I'm listening. If it's not $60 a semester per student, which again, it's not fair for me to say. It would not deter me from going to school somewhere at $120 a year, but it's not fair for me to tell you how to spend your money. Then I'm listening. Help me understand. Well, then don't do it. Well, but you're gonna. So if you're gonna do it right. They're not dropping athletics. They're not dropping football. So what do you want? Gopher says big beautiful bill equals student fee increase. Jeff, some folks are crying the House passed the big beautiful bill at 2 a.m. Well, the Regents did the same thing. They increased fees 4 days after the end of finals when all the students have left campus. They should at least have the guts to wait until fall when the students are back on campus and can speak out before jacking up the fees again. Well, but then they can't charge them next fall. Gopher. I mean, I think it goes into effect next fall. And I'm not sure that they were going to listen. If the Regents decided what they were going to do, I'm not sure they were going to listen to people and tell them they shouldn't have done it.
It's tough.
Yeah, look, Richard says, for years, Richard said the cheerleaders and chaparrals need a complete reboot. Well, it's happening. I couldn't be happier. Unfortunately, you don't have a single cheerleader or chaparral on the roster for next year right now, with Michigan getting closer and closer on the calendar. There will also be no national competitions in the 25-6 season. I hope that some of that extra student fee money goes to upgrading the talent on your dance and cheer squads. Thank you, Richard. It's the opening drive. Kenny Thomas next on 95.9 FM at AM 630 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
As long as them checks keep coming, we're good.
That's all that really matters. All right, what do we hear? Oh, hoops. You want to talk hoops?
Yeah, we talk with man. This is yours. This is the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta.
You know what it
JJ
is?
Buck.
You know what it is, AJ? It's the OD and the AM. We'll talk NBA and NBA MVP.
Oh yeah,
about SGA.
SGA. Well,
Ooh,
SGA is the MVP of the NBA. On the OD, we're just
PG for OKC.
And he hooked up his teammates with
OKC,
Rolexes.
yeah. Did he really?
He gave them all Rolexes.
Boy,
that's gangster. He should have did that like in the halfway through the season.
He knows who got him paid, and I freaking love that because now he is going to get the biggest contract in the history of the league.
Oh, yeah.
So what's 12, 15 Rolexes?
It depends on which Rolexes. There's different levels, Jeff.
Fair enough. No, I learned that
Just
when
saying.
I learned that when I was in Geneva recently.
Oh, okay.
Because my brother-in-law's got a Rolex. So at the
Presidente.
There's the Rolex place right there, and you get it's 2-year back order to get one.
Wow, unless you're Scotty Scheffler, that's popping out commercials
but
right now.
you're representing them. So and then if you're not a resident of Switzerland, it's like even longer to get them. Yeah, it's some crazy mess. Yeah, but
I don't have
he's
one.
like, yeah, I'm just getting the bottom end one.
Let me tell you
it's
something.
like 12 grand.
I'm not a fan.
All right,
I'm not a fan of Rolex.
You don't wear watches.
I was going to ask, what's on the tiers? Where's an AP? Where's a Rolex?
Oh,
because I
don't
hear
know.
okay, it sounds like AP's
it's
way
up there, but I'm a Hublot guy. I'm a Big Bang guy.
I'm a Tag Heuer guy.
I'm a Devon guy. My watch is getting clean.
got no
When
watch.
hey, it's getting clean right now. It's like a Mercedes Benz. You got to send it out. You got to ship it off.
John Thomas Jewelers just got my watch back to me. John Thomas Jewelers, my jeweler.
That's local.
3rd floor, Lewis University building over there.
Oh, okay. Hey, hook
but
me up,
they
bro.
took care. He cleaned it up for me and got it all pretty.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. They when I bring mine back, which is gonna come here pretty soon, it's like a treadmill, bro.
Yeah. All right. I understand how that works.
Yeah.
I'm more of an Apple Watch kind of guy
Are you?
myself.
That's not my thing. So okay, help me understand. I know we're gonna get into hoops. Like okay, when it tells you, oh, you slept like this, and you slept, like how does that benefit me? I know I slept like crap or I slept really well. Like I know how I feel. Oh, well, you slept at 87%, and here's your peak time, and you snored. Like what do you want me to do with that info? What am I supposed to do with that when my watch tells me how I slept?
You know, they always say you got to talk to yourself to believe it. I think that's kind of like the people who can't just convince themselves they got good sleep. So if a watch can tell you got good sleep,
Or I
you
got
just-
bad sleep. I know what
Yeah.
I mean. I don't sleep well ever.
sleeps
So
with their
I'm going
watch?
to wear a damn watch to tell me you didn't sleep. I know I slept like crap.
Who sleeps with their watch?
Yeah, I sleep
Well,
with
a
my
lot-
hand too much to sleep
a
with
lot
my
of
watch.
people
man.
do.
Oh,
and,
wow.
and now they got the little rings on that tell them, and your blood sugar spiked when you had a Snickers bar. No crap.
tells you how much REM sleep you got. Like,
Yeah. Okay. So what do I do with that info?
Nothing.
No, honestly.
That's why he's laughing. He don't know what to say.
What do I do? Okay. Cool.
It's the ideal of
yeah, just
having
the-
it.
Yeah, it's the whole idea. I mean, I've had this watch like 4 or 5 years. And it was
It's
a
the
gift.
idea
you
of
know?
having
Yeah, and then what they do, just like any other Apple products, they make you get another one.
the next generation.
Mhm.
Because it's only going to last. Oh,
It's
look,
coming.
it's dying when the new generation comes
Yeah.
out. Crazy how that
He
happens.
said 3-4 years. Hey, he's gonna have to buy another one here soon.
Yeah, T-Mobile. My boy works with T-Mobile. He's hit me up like, "Hey, we need to get you a new watch."
Hey,
I'm
we're
like,
supposed to
"Eh."
be talking hoops, man, or some kind of
We
sport.
did, but then you're like, SGA bought everybody a Rolex. It's on you.
He hooked that up, man.
We did.
Oh my goodness, I saw that video. That was unreal.
All right, dude. How good are they? Let me say what I said earlier. I'm interested in what you think. I've listened to people say, well, don't crown them yet, which I agree. Don't crown them yet. But they struggled with Denver. And okay, they struggled with a team who had the best player in the world, who's got a championship pedigree. Oh, and by the way, they won, and they kicked the crap out of them in Game 7. All right? And now they're handling a team who won 2 series. They beat the Lakers. They beat the Warriors, right, in 5 games.
Yeah.
And now they're handling them. They haven't won it yet, but they're pretty damn good, dude.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was going
Don't
for
lie. I don't
Minnesota,
want you
the
to lie.
underdog. You know
can
what I
still
mean?
go for
I feel like Minnesota, and I still am gonna go for them. But driving over here, I was like, man, OKC's really good.
They've been good all year. They were 68-14.
But it's different when postseason comes, man.
Understood.
It's a whole nother world, and you have to play to a certain caliber. They're balling. Like, I mean, you could talk about SGA. Obviously, he's the focal point of that team. But
Shea
there's a
Gilgeous-Alexander.
yeah, and then you got a lot of guys over there that are playing some great roles, and they know what their roles are. And there's so many opportunities that OKC gives when it comes to sharing the ball because there's a lot of guys that just run. OKC's a team that gets up and down, and they're not going to stop. And if you turn the ball over like 2-3 times in a row, it's looking really bad to where you can't get yourself out of a hole with them because they're so good.
I think they're really complete. And I say that because, first of all, I think they play defense as well as anybody in the league. And normally you don't think of that in a Western Conference team. Well, the Knicks, the Celtics, right? They play defense. The way so their off-season moves, I thought two big moves when they got Caruso in the off-season as a piece, and then they got Hartenstein, a free agent from the Knicks. I think what Hartenstein gives them to help Holmgren, right? Holmgren doesn't have to do everything down low because he likes to hover and get away from the basket. His evolution, I thought, has been great. And then you take Jalen Williams, and then you get games from Lou Dort, and you get. I find them to be complete, and defensively focused.
This is where we were talking about before, from the standpoint of how deep they are. Not even at the starting five position.
No.
Like, they have guys on the bench that's coming in and playing great.
Well, Caruso played 24 minutes, and Wallace played 28 last night.
With him being in Chicago, coming from Chicago, nobody ever thought Caruso would come in here and play this
But when he was with the Lakers, he was the White Mamba, remember?
Oh, yeah, you got a point right there, because he left Chicago, went to L.A.
He was L.A. first, then he went to Chicago.
But the way that he was guarding Joker, that was insane, because he was keeping him away from the basket. Right?
Again, give Dagnall a lot of credit for that, because we all go, what's he doing guarding Joker? And it relatively worked.
Totally different change. But you got to keep in mind, the way that he was guarding him was great, because those other four guys were sagging in and basically making Denver be able to beat them from the outside, which did not happen, because this is where if you go like 3 to 5 possessions without scoring against OKC, you're screwed.
You're in trouble.
Caruso had a dope quote where I think this is actually going into Game 7 versus the Nuggets, and they asked him how he was handling it, and he said, "My whole career has been in Game 7."
He's right.
My whole career has been in Game 7. I said, when you look at it that way, mentally you're locked in.
Where'd that dude come from, right? I mean, remember when he showed up with the Lakers, and you're like, who is this dude?
That's when it all started.
Yeah, it is. He's 7th year out of A&M. But he showed up with the Lakers, and you're like, who's this dude? And then he became the White Mamba.
Start flying, jumping out of the gym.
He was playing an unbelievable role over there. And he was playing it well, because he wasn't the focal point, first or second, but he was that ideal the third or fourth guy.
He was our Austin Reeves.
Exactly. Austin Reeves, who's that? Got that big check. Come on, man. I know it's your Lakers, but he didn't show up and do nothing in the playoffs to help offset the situation with LeBron, man. But
you're right.
The way that Chet is playing, how you say the name?
Holmgren.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to play some big ball, and I'm not saying from the perimeter. He's gonna have to be a little bit more dominant down low, I think.
Alex Caruso stumbled into the NBA. He's made about $37 million, but he's sitting on a 4-year, $81 million deal now.
Wow.
So
these kids are getting paid.
Yeah, I mean that's $100 million. It's $110 million.
Man, there was two guys. There was one guy when I was playing that made $25 million on a team, and that was like an AI, man. Now these kids are making
different world, man.
What?
Different world. Look
Good
at what
for
the
them,
college
though.
players are making.
Good.
I'm just saying.
That's a whole
all
other
right,
situation.
before we're going to get into the East on the other side, but I want to hit Anthony Edwards stuff, because Zay and I were talking about this. And Kenny Thomas is in studio with us, a former Lobo All-America, 11 years in the NBA, the host of Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas tomorrow morning and every Saturday here on the Sports Animal. He may be the next face of the league, maybe, Anthony Edwards.
There's no maybe.
Well, I think there is a maybe to it. And I think
Because of his attitude?
No. He's just not there yet. He may be. It might be Luka. It might be. I mean, it might be a bunch of dudes. It could be Shea. There's a bunch of guys who might be that dude.
It's definitely Shea.
Or is it Anthony Edwards?
See, Anthony Edwards, when it comes to him, I think it's the attitude and off the court.
Let me run this by you. Okay, I think he's 23 years old and he's amazing, and I think we were anointing him way too quickly. But what happened? I'm watching this, and Zay, there was a comparison made earlier, but I said, 23 years old. If they get beaten this round, they got beaten in the Western Conference Finals last year. I don't know what's around him, right? Julius Randle was really good in the last series. He hasn't been there this series.
Yeah.
Who's number 2? Another
Got a
year
point.
of this, LeBron retires. I've watched too many guys, Kevin Garnett, start out in Minnesota's, in Milwaukee's, in Cleveland's, and we can't win here, and force their way to the Lakers, right? I mean, does he end up forcing his way, kind of like Giannis might be now to Houston?
Got a point.
Play another year there and to become the face of the league, end up at one of these premier franchises. Now, Oklahoma City's showing you don't have to be a premier franchise to be an MVP, right? Shea just won it there. But they went out and put this thing together in a way that nobody else is doing it.
Well, I'm not trying to bless Anthony Edwards like that myself right now, right? He's 23. I personally don't like the situation of how he acts off the court.
Okay.
I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things to where he's trying to intimidate guys on the court. That's a totally different subject because he's trying to get into guys' heads
That's
mentally.
what Mike did. That's what Larry did. That's what Iverson did.
That's what I
Kobe
tried to do
did.
with some
Yeah.
guys, especially when I was going at him. I used to talk crap.
But
Jeff.
but with the best that you played against, I mean, when you played against Kobe, Barkley, all those guys,
Tim Duncan.
they ran it, right? Bird. I mean, well, you didn't play with Bird, but they all ran the mess.
Yeah, without a doubt. And those guys, the way that they came out and dominated, it was a whole different situation because those guys earned that before they were even the man, right? But when you bring up a Larry Bird winning all the championships he did, that's a whole different situation.
You supposedly talk more crap than anybody.
Oh, I've heard that. Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah, big time. Even the Celtics thing that I watched on Netflix.
It was so good.
Oh, it was so good. That 8-part series or whatever. But
on HBO Max. Yeah.
When you think about when you think about Shea, man, a guy like him being the face of the league right now, it's inevitable because where do you hear things about him off the court?
You don't.
See, I'm a big off the court type dude, right?
Okay.
Because those things can transition into other things that can affect you when you're playing on the court.
If he wins a championship this year, there's a real. I mean.
Yeah, but then it comes down to, like you said, to where these guys have so much power, they can dictate and kind of determine when they want to leave and where they want to go.
But see, if Shea's winning there, like
I'm
he's
talking
not
about
going to Ant. But Shea, if they win, he's going to do everything he can to keep this thing together because they're young. They've got contracts that work for them that might be able to keep this thing together for a couple of years.
There's going to be some pieces that leave.
Well, of course, there always are. Everybody wants to get paid, and when contracts are up, people want to get paid.
Exactly.
When we come back, I want to hit the other side because what a game one in the East. What a just absolute classic. Did he go the choke sign too early? Kenny Thomas is in studio. Isaiah's in for JJ. I'm merely Jeff Symbieta hanging out with these two stars. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Sports Animal wants to get...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a
construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indy Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm David C. Chavis, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports.
East. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck is not here. Isaiah's in for JJ. We're sitting with Kenny Thomas, kicking it, I said kicking like with a G. It's kicking with an apostrophe. Kicking it with Kenny. Terry sent me an email. Or I'm sorry, a text at 505-246-0610. Clippers were being Clippers. They traded SGA and 5 first-round picks for a worn-out Paul George. Reminds me of the Vikings Herschel Walker trade. Zay, do you know how Oklahoma City got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
Yeah, it was with that whole Kawhi, Paul George deal.
2019, which doesn't feel that long ago, but it was 6 years ago.
That's crazy.
The Thunder sent Paul George to the Clippers. In return, the Clippers sent some guy named Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP.
SGA.
Danilo Gallinari. 5 first-round picks and the right to swap 2 more first-round picks.
Now look.
That's how OKC has built this thing.
Now look at the Clippers.
They got an MVP and 5 first-round picks and 2 pick swaps for Paul George.
Don't forget Gallinari. Yeah, he was a little dog back
I
in his
forgot
day.
Gallinari.
Oh, yeah, he was good.
All right, but now I'm forgetting him. Where's Paul George now?
Where is
He's in Philly, right?
Yeah, yeah, he is
He's
with
broken,
my Sixers.
right? He's broken in Philly.
He got paid though.
He got. I'm all about him getting paid, man.
Yeah, but
paid good, PG.
Man, he's been paid like what, 3 contracts now?
Yeah, no. PG got paid.
And I'm not even a hater, but
is this one of the biggest rapes in NBA trade history? What?
Oh.
What?
The way you said that, can we say that on there? Obviously.
Am I
Jeff
wrong?
said it.
I thought about it. I got I got 10 seconds to the side here.
It's metaphorical, obviously.
But yes, it is.
Metaphor.
I mean, I've been to OKC. You know what I mean?
I've been
But
there too, dude.
You can't underestimate their fans and everything. But SGA's not going anywhere. Shea's staying there, and then they did get raped.
Well, he's gonna. SGA is going to
Clippers
get paid because he's in a position now, right? Because if you stay and sign there, you can get that's the whole Doncic thing. He lost what about the potential to make about $60 million more because if you re-sign with your team and you get the long-term.
Oh yeah, Shea might be close to 300 by the time he gets here. It's gonna be like 7 years or something like that.
How do you spell Hunnit?
Hunnit.
Yeah, how do you spell it?
Hunnit.
They would know how to spell that.
It's on Urban Dictionary right here. Tree, T-R-E.
And I'll black it out even know that way.
That's Tree Hunnit. All right. You're old enough to remember Reggie Miller doing the choke sign to Spike Lee. Right?
Yeah, I played against Reggie Miller.
It was unbeatable, and it was one of the classics. It was 30 years ago. That's how old you are.
It's cool though.
Did Shea hit it too early? Because now, first of all, it's a damn good thing they won that game. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton. It's a damn good thing they won that game. And in the moment, we all went, nah, right? We all did it. And then they showed the replay, and we're like, oh, damn, dude grabbed his throat. Like, you can't win games with two hands wrapped around your throat now. Yeah. You can't. It was epic. And if that was a three, it would have been one of the greatest moments of all time. Ball bounces up, win game.
Awesome.
It still was great. Did he hit the choke sign too early?
No. Once again, here I am going for the underdog, the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton, just the fact that the Kings got rid of him, I see why, because of De'Aaron Fox. Still, I would have chosen Fox. But the way that it's not even about just Tyrese, it's about Miles. It's about Pascal Siakam, who's light in the butt, but I feel like that should be playing. He should be playing a little bit better. And when I say he's light in the butt, I quoted that to a certain extent on my Unfiltered show, which is airing at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. But the Knicks are a squad that's not going to obviously give up, especially playing at Madison Square Garden game 2. It's going to be an interesting game. But if the Pacers can stay close like they did this last game, I think they got a really good chance. And Tyrese Halliburton, I feel like he's going to continue to play the kind of ball that he's.
You know how they got Tyrese Halliburton? I mean, it was a trade with the Kings.
Domas.
So Sacramento.
Sabonis.
Sacramento got Justin Holiday, Jeremy Lamb,
both gone,
a 2023 second-round pick, and Domantas Sabonis.
Sabonis wants out.
Pacers got Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson.
Jeez.
Wow. They just made the money right because Buddy's making a crap load of money right now.
Is that it?
Oh, yeah. Buddy's making a lot of money right now. The
State?
Sacramento Kings paid him a big, huge contract.
Buddy's at Golden State now.
Yeah, but they gave him – but the Kings gave him that big contract before he got traded to Indiana, and now he's at Golden State. But Domas, the
Buddy
rumors –
Hield made $8.7 million this last year, but I don't know what his
That's it?
Well, but it might be front-loaded.
Yeah, I think it was front-loaded pretty heavy because when I was doing NBC Sports, I think he was making 20.
All right. How do the Knicks respond? What's the worst loss you ever take? Like, because I look at the Knicks, I don't want to compare that, although I kind of do. You know when the Seahawks lost the Super Bowl, where they should have given it to Marshawn Lynch, and instead they threw the interception. Malcolm Butler intercepted the ball at the goal line, and Tom Brady won another Super Bowl.
I remember.
And I'm like, how do your fans come back from that? How does your team come back? Well, they got all season. How do you come back 2 nights later from blowing a 17-point lead with 6 minutes to go, from blowing a 9-point lead with 54 seconds to go, from having the dude choke sign you out in your own place, like all of that went down? Is that real? Because I don't know what the toughest loss you ever took in the NBA was.
But shoot, it's been many.
Well, I know you lost a lot of games, but I mean, you won a lot of games too. Like, how do you come back from that, or is that overblown?
It's overblown.
Okay.
That's why it's a 7-game series, right? And when it comes to the Knicks being able to have another opportunity to play at home, that's the whole fact of being able to play 2 at home and then you play 2 on the road, right? To where you have to capitalize on at least one of those.
They have to win tonight.
They don't have a choice.
This isn't a kind of got to win game. Like I always call, it's not a must win, but it's kind of got to win game. This is a must-win game.
I mean, obviously, yeah, without a doubt, because playing in Indiana is not going to be easy, especially the way that the Pacers have been playing at home. Their record is pretty decent at home. I don't know the numbers, but they're pretty good. But if the Knicks end up dropping this game, they're going to lose one of the games three or four. I'm not guaranteeing that, but I'm telling you, because they're going to get this next game, they're going to get the crap knocked out of them if that ends up happening, and then they're going to have to go on the road, and then they're going to start stressing, right? Because being able to win on the road is obviously not easy. It's a whole different, but you got to make shots on the road, right? To where you have to be able to come back.
So who else is making shots for them? Brunson's making shots.
This is where Cat.
I thought Cat was not good. Look, and here's a couple of things that people forget about the end of that game, the end of overtime.
Yeah.
Okay, because there were a million things in that game. First of all, Obi Toppin got fouled. That should have been a 3-point play and a 4-point lead.
Look at who it is, though.
I get it, and who he is and where he is, but dude, he was fouled. That should have been a free throw and a 4-point game, but it wasn't. Brunson had a pretty good look, right? He created. Cat had a beautiful wide open look.
Yeah.
They both missed shots at the end of the game. They had shots to tie that thing up, and they didn't make them.
Brunson's going to make more shots than he is going to miss, right?
Correct.
But the fact that Brunson's able to create, and he's a lefty, so that changes up a lot of things. My X factor is Cat. If Cat doesn't come to play, where are they, right? Because who's their third? They don't really have a third guy.
Is it Hart?
It's not Hart.
So
it's not Hart. It's a matter of all those other guys contributing when they can.
Yeah,
because
defensively, Bridges maybe.
Bridges
defensively, defensively.
I think Bridges is fantastic.
But if he's making shots, where I think Bridges is way better when he's playing a mid-range game opposed to shooting on perimeter. And you got to keep in mind, the Knicks play great defense as well, because
I guess Cat had 35 and 12. It's hard to say he didn't play.
It don't seem like it.
He had 35 and 12. Anunoby had 16. Bridges had 16. I mean, it's not like they scored 135 freaking points.
Yeah.
Also, but it's not like nobody played.
See, but it has to be Cat to step up more. I'm sorry, but it just has to be that way. He might have had 35, but he got to have 40.
He has got to be one of those 40-40 things.
Yeah, he got to do some Joker numbers. And he's very capable if he's taking advantage of the opportunities, which is not playing on the perimeter, going inside.
Also, to your tough loss question, Jeff, to Kenny, I feel like if there's any fan base or arena that's built for those types of losses, it seems to be Madison Square Garden. It's like it's almost their thing. They're used to other people coming into their building and having their best show in front of them. So I feel like that comes with being a Knicks fan.
Let me tell you something. Playing in New York and playing in LA, New York is more brutal.
Sure.
There's no way that these guys are not going to play hard, because if I was them, I'd be scared to go anywhere.
So
I'm being serious.
And they hated Philly. So when you went in there as a Sixer, they ever turn on their own team? Like when they lose, right? Because you got, right, all of a sudden, Vinny's out there. Yo, Kenny, you suck. Hey, Kenny Thomas, you big beluga over there, huh? Yeah, have another piece of pie, Kenny Thomas. Right?
That's my guy Dan. That's probably gonna call in tomorrow.
You know that guy, right?
Yeah, he's probably listening to the show right now. He's gonna call in tomorrow.
Did I sound like Dan?
Yeah, he's gonna call in tomorrow and kill you.
Why?
You're talking about his Knicks and how they talk, man.
Yeah, they talk like that. I've been there. You've been there too, right? He's been there too. He knows I'm right.
Yeah,
and they don't talk softly. They gotta yell when they do that. When Vinny's talking, he's yelling at you. Dan's yelling at you too. They're all yelling about you. And my mama's pasta's better than yours because she doesn't even use real sauce.
You're amazing.
Reminds me of Michael Rappaport a little bit.
Oh, you're gonna compare him to that? Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
The accent.
He's outstanding, and he's a comedian. He's outstanding. You bring up Philly. I'm gonna leave you with this.
I had a
you
green
bring
chili
up
Philly at the ballpark the other day. It was really good.
Oh my god,
really
the Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah, with green chili on it, it was good and bleep.
Oh, but yeah, it's not Philadelphia.
No, I got it.
South Side, South Street Diner got some of the best cheesecakes ever, man.
Cheesesteaks or cheesesteak?
I'll take either. I'll take either.
Actually. Whenever we went into Madison Square Garden, man, it was playing with Allen Iverson. It's like we were the home team a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah,
we had more fans in there than you think.
No, look, Knicks fans are everywhere. They say they travel. No. They're transplanted. Oh, look at all the Knicks fans that travel to Phoenix. No, they moved out of there to get out of that climate and have good living, and now they live there. And now Vinny's all of a sudden, he's Vinny from Scottsdale, right? He's Tony from Mesa, Arizona.
And
He
it's
lives over
cheaper.
there.
And it's cheap.
It's cheaper. It's nicer. I don't got to listen to all the crap. You know, I don't even own a parka. What's a parka? A parka. You know, the heavy jackets. When you wear with the snow, the crap that falls out. The hell with you.
How does he do this? How does he do it? This guy's amazing.
I mean, let me tell you something. When we used to walk the dog in the park, it was 2 degrees outside. In the middle of the day.
I hated Philly.
Oh, my dog's toes would come in.
Excuse me, I didn't say that. I didn't mean I hated Philly, but I hated the cold. He was talking about the cold.
Yeah, the cold's horrible. It's horrible. I mean, my tomatoes were up in my chest for a week. I didn't, you know what I'm saying?
He said,
Easy. All right, what's on the big show tomorrow?
Kenny Thomas?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like Jeff.
Plus the golf tournament, right? We're hitting that for sure.
Yeah, my golf tournament September 6th is coming up. Got some celebrities, Michael Cooper, Dwight Hicks play for the 49ers. But my basketball tournament starts this weekend. It's my biggest one for Memorial Day weekend. This is the 5th, 6th year that we've had it. Me and my boy Josh Kearns. We have about 210 teams, 220 teams, if not more.
Man.
So tomorrow I'm going to have some of
Where's
our...
that?
It's all over. I got gyms all over.
Really?
Literally.
Like not figuratively,
No,
literally. Like metaphorically.
And what's nice, and what's nice, each gym makes money, which is the nice thing about it. And then they could go back to the school or whatever part of the program, or if it's sports or whatever. But I'm gonna have some kids on at the top of the hour, probably at 11 o'clock. That's a part of.
I thought you were on at 10.
No, but I'm bringing the kids on at 11.
Oh, you're on for 2 hours?
Yeah.
God, they give you 2 hours?
Yeah, I'm not like you. Got 4.
I only got 3.
That seems like
That's
4.
Plenty. I don't know if that's good or bad. All right, so it's Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas. It's tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. Zay's in with you tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow and every morning at 10 o'clock. Have a great, safe Memorial Day weekend. Playing golf this weekend?
No. I'm about to get on a plane in a couple hours.
Where you going, man?
I got an event.
You got a tournament going on. You got a show tomorrow.
I got an event.
All right, and he's got an event. He is the one, the only, Kenny Thomas. I'll talk to you Tuesday. You gonna be here?
KT Legacy wines are being sold in San Jose, so I got to go kick it with my boy GP.
All right.
I'm on the board for the WNPA, the Women's League in San Jose.
NPA?
Man. Yeah, man.
What's that?
Look it up.
Why don't you just tell me?
No, look it up.
Who are acronyms today, right?
Yeah,
no need to figure it out.
National Pickleball Association.
No.
What? What would you think WNPA is?
No.
Don't look it up. Don't stop typing. Stop typing. You and your Googles.
I just became about
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. These sports animals.
These sports animals' backyard blow up.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows.
All right, Lobo Golf is underway at the NCAA Championships, men's golf. Hey, Zay, currently, it's early. New Mexico is sitting in 3rd place at the national championship.
Okay, national
Championships. They're playing the first 3 holes. They are 1 under par. They are being led by Wyatt Province, who's 1 under. Clark Sonnenberg, Oliver Cage, Carson Heron, and Mesa Fuller are all even par. UNLV's leading at -4, and the University of San Diego at -2. They're playing in La Costa, which is North County, San Diego. Colorado and Georgia also -1. It's early, and a lot of teams aren't even out yet. But that's something to keep an eye on this weekend. Thanks to Kenny Thomas for spending some time. That was fun, dude. Text line is on that. By the way, text line says, Robert says, awesome Reds, a bag of all red flavors of Jolly Ranchers. That's good, right? So you say you like strawberry. I didn't even know they had that, but like you can get strawberry, cherry, and watermelon?
Yeah, I'm a big strawberry guy.
Yeah.
For honestly, anything.
Really?
I think the pink is the best flavor for like every candy.
Starburst.
Especially Starburst.
Yeah, pink Starburst are the best. Yeah, I'll give you that. All right. A couple of things here. This one says, Isaiah, man, Jeff, your East Coast accent is so spot on. Sounded like you were live from Lower Manhattan. That was great. And yes, they do talk like that. So good. It's from John in the Duke City. Thank you, John. Do you know I was born in Manhattan?
So then you leaked the secret.
Yeah. So I lived in Flushing for about, the first 5 years of my life. But then, because I'm bi-coastal, right?
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast, it doesn't matter. But I used to go back in the summers, and that's where, I would work. I get my accent on and Get in a cab, tell them to get on the Grand Central Parkway, the Long Island Expressway. I pulled over. We get a couple of dogs with everything on it. They're yoo-hoo. Don't chintz on the freaking crowd either, you know? All right, this one says, I think Mike should head up a team that puts on regular bake sale. Oh, this is a response to Mike, it was against the student fees for athletics. And I said, okay, I'm listening. What do you guys want? Like, for those of you who are against the increases, I hear you. So how then can you increase revenues to help athletics? I'm listening. And this guy says, I think Mike should head up a team that puts on regular bake sales, car washes, and arts and crafts fair in order to avoid raising student fees. Seriously, though, don't hate the player, hate the game. The game is what it is, and this is how it's being played. You either get on board or you get left behind. I firmly agree. College athletics is a different world. By the way, Pac-12 and Mountain West have been in mediation this week. The way I understand it, as of like yesterday, they're still meeting. I saw in one report an anonymous source said, quote, I'm not allowed to say anything. Can't tell you bleep. That was a quote. Mediation's ongoing. I don't know if you... I guess that's encouraging for both sides. The mediator is either a retired or current federal judge. The process includes what's being called shuttle diplomacy. The mediator is moving back and forth between the rooms, right? Here's what we want. Take it over to the other side. It's like nope, hell no, but we'll do this. Back. So Pac-12 still needs to add at least one all-sports member by July 1 of 2026. The league currently has 7 football-playing members plus Gonzaga, and their ongoing media rights negotiations. So is the Pac-12 going to have 9 or 8? One Pac-12 AD has said that they're proactively planning for 8, and they'll adjust accordingly if necessary. So you may get something this weekend. I don't know. You might even get something today. I don't know where this is going to go, but we're getting close to kind of a point where we got to figure this thing out. So that's something to watch out for email this weekend as stuff comes out. 505-246-0610. You're still welcome to get in today. 505-246-0610. Emails at jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. Hey, did you catch, have you watched any WNBA? Do you watch it? Because I don't. I watch the highlights.
Yeah, I haven't seen any since I seen Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese get into that little scuffle. Yep. Although I did see Caitlin Clark is tied for the most triple doubles in history already.
Yeah, but she didn't score, or she didn't hit a 3 yesterday, so her 140 game streak with a 3-pointer ended yesterday, but her team beat Atlanta 81-76. What did you think of the mix-up with Angel Reese and that whole hard foul the other day and all that crap?
I think that if you look at the big picture, and I'm sure they're both doing this, I look at it very similar to, when two guys are getting ready to, main event a fight, right? And they can either truly dislike each other or it can be fake. But at the end of the day, they both understand that the more insults, the deeper and the more serious the buildup is, the more people tune in, which is why I think, there's like a mutual respect at the end of the fight because they made each other money. In this situation, Caitlin Clark saw Angel Reese give one of her teammates a little forearm to the back on a rebound. Caitlin felt like it was a foul. It didn't get called. She got frustrated, laid a hard foul on Angel Reese.
It was a hard foul, right? She was going up for a shot, and she fouled her across the arms, right?
It was a hard foul, but it was clearly frustration-based.
Okay.
And that's perfectly – I don't think anything was just –
How many frustration-based fouls go against her?
All the time.
So what's the issue?
No, I don't believe there is any issue.
Well, it seems to be.
I think in the grand scheme of things, like imagine, so that game right there peaked at like 2.4 million views, something like that. That's NBA numbers for some games. This next time they play each other, it'll be double.
What'll be double?
The ratings, just because Angel Reese, there's been this beef that the media has been influencing this whole time, but that was the first time I think we really saw it come to fruition. Not necessarily a beef, but we saw those two lock in on each other.
Look, Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. I think that do we disagree?
Slightly.
We slightly disagree. I want to hear the other side of it when we come back because up against this final break. 505-246-0610. I'm interested. On the spot automotive detailing is going to take care of your vehicle because your vehicle's filthy, and I get it. Mine's up for it too. It's been sitting at the airport parking. They'll come to you. They'll detail your vehicle inside and outside and around the rims, under the hood, all those things that the car dealer did that when you took your car off the lot, it felt brand new, looked brand new, smelled brand new. You loved being in it. Plus, talk to them about protecting your vehicle from the intense sun. I talked to them about paint protection film to guard against rock chips and bugs and road debris. They have ceramic coating to keep that shine all season long. And, of course, they will offer you window tinting. They are the best at that. On the Spot Automotive Detailing has been voted best in the city because they're best in the city. It's all online. Book there online. On the Spot Automotive Detailing is at OTSdetailing.com. OTSdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is
Good job, and
great job.
It's fun to watch a local product like that
Appreciate
make the big leagues.
Yeah, thanks,
you guys
Robert.
Have a great day.
All right, so he had a bad night. He had a bad night. He struck out 4 times. Dude's leading the team in hitting at 297. Dude's leading the team in home runs with 11. He's second on the team in RBI at 35. He's leading the team in hits at 58. And he's playing a good third base. Yeah, he had a bad night. So he struck out 4 times. With all due respect, I'm not going to say, well, he can't get better if he's too old because he had one bad night. I mean, is that fair? I mean, give me a dude who's hitting 297 with 11 home runs and 35 RBI on May 23rd. I'm good. I'm good. All right, I said before the break, it seems pretty clear to me that Angel Reese dislikes, or I probably use the word hates, Caitlin Clark. You somewhat disagreed. Why do you not think that's right?
I think, not to sound cliche, hate's a strong word.
It is.
I think she is you can make a very, very, very strong case, and I would too, that she's envious, jealous.
Fair.
And I think those two are kind of, they're not close to hate, but I mean, it's cousins. You're on your way there.
They're related, but they're not the same. One doesn't equate the other.
Yes, but definitely, can be in the ingredients. I think that's there. I think it's misplaced. But then again, I feel like Caitlin, deep down, I feel like she could be very, very, very good at being passive aggressive, and maybe being one of those things where you have to be Angel Reese or be one of these players to see it. But
I would argue she almost has to be. Look, there is, and
yeah,
we'd be ridiculous if we're ignoring the racial component here,
Mm-hmm.
right? But there's been a lot directed towards her, correct?
Yeah.
And at some point you got to hit back.
And think of what I think of really happened with Caitlin. I think this is what's shown this side of her. It was the South Carolina team. Those South Carolina girls beating up on Iowa like that. I think that there, I think that's why she's quicker to defend herself, and she's not just going to be, Miss Media friendly princess girl anymore.
And by the way, her damn game's speaking for itself, is it not?
Oh no, yeah, of course it is, and that's why all of it's nonsense. And again, you can go off the numbers that she's breaking, but also look at the NBA. When LeBron was at his peak, when Steph Curry came along, and he's just throwing up these shots from 30 feet and he's making them consistently, it drew the attention of the whole basketball world. And Caitlin Clark is literally doing the same thing in women's basketball that Steph was doing.
I agree with that. And I would take it to an umpteenth degree on her, because nobody gave a damn about women's basketball.
Yep.
And now you do, a little bit. Thanks to Ben, the PGA professional, the head PGA pro, Ben Gasprich from San Diego Golf. He was with us today. So was Kenny Thomas. The Herd with Colin Cowherd's next. Jim Rome shows after that. We're back with award-winning radio on Monday. 2 Men On comes your way at 4 o'clock today. Then you get Ice Ups Baseball. Adrian, great week. Thanks for being with us this week and doing such a great job as always. Zay, thanks for getting up this morning. Have a great weekend.
Yes, sir. You as well.
He's on with Kenny Thomas tomorrow morning at 10. He is Isaiah Johnson. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Be good to each other. Have a great, safe weekend. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you on Tuesday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier